Packers and the Chargers and the Chargers got to be the best 4-5 team to ever exist. And the Packers 3-6. You know what? You're gonna say, "Pop, stop hating, man. You always hating on my boy." But you know what? Jordan Love ain't nothing but Patrick Mahomes if he didn't have Andy Reid. The boy plays exactly like him. He's a really good quarterback. He's a gamer. He can put that spin on the ball, but you see how it is when you don't have the same type of playmakers and you don't have the same type of play caller. But LaFleur is still a great play caller in the sense they just aren't able to execute. And I'm just like, damn, you should have won that game in Pittsburgh. They played much better than Pittsburgh did last week, and they still lost that game. So, there's a lot of things to be desired about this Packers team. That's why I said, don't say the Packers are a bad team. They're a team that just really just keeps being kind of snake bitten in situations as well. Because this team easily could be right now, when you look at it, 5-4. Think about it. They could have won that game in Vegas, and they could have won last week as well too. And you just look at it, and also Atlanta as well too. This team could have 6. They could be in reverse of what they are right now. They could be 6-3. So that's why I say you can't just discount, and throw away the Packers right now. The Packers could be a team that can make a good run here in December as well too. They got the quarterback of the future. They just need to put some pieces around them, in my opinion. Now, on the other hand, the Chargers, this team is dealing with a little bit of a identity crisis where one week they're high flying offense and they're one of the worst defenses. Then another week they'll be kind of a inept offense and a stellar defense. At some point, they're going to have to meet each other in the middle. And I think that last week was big time results for the Lions because they were able to just attack a team that really relies on getting home to the quarterback, which they did not. So when the Chargers don't get home to the quarterback, they're a very, very vanilla team, and they have one of the worst back ends in the NFL. This is why they're 4-5 at this point. And, I don't put any of this stuff on the offense. The offense moves beautifully, Jeff. There's teams that would love to have the Chargers offense. I know New Orleans would. I know that who's another really bad. I know the Pittsburgh Steelers would love to have the same type of offense the Chargers have, but the Chargers would love to have the same type of defense the Steelers have. So at the end of the day, I feel like Herbert is going to do enough in this game, even though this is a tricky game. This is a tough game for the Chargers going in. And we know with the Chargers, if the spread is 3, that means that the game's probably going to be a little close. You know what I mean? If it's 2.5 or lower, the game is going to come down to the wire. But if it's a 3, it's a 50-50 that is going to come down to the wire. I feel like the Chargers are going to be all the way charged up because they know that they left a lot to be desired last week, and they know things can be different right now for this team. This team can easily be 9-0. Yeah, it sounds crazy, Jeff, but they could be 9-0, 8-1 right now if things went the other way. So, Chargers, don't let me down. I'm going to take you with the -150. Let's see how it goes.
My true number here was 4 with a 42. It's now 3 with a 44. This game is simple to handicap in my eyes. The Chargers are going to have to slow down Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. I think the Packers will try to establish both, and they could probably run wild on this team. I mean, let's be real here. The Chargers put up 38 points. I mean, Herbert was Herbert, 5 touchdowns. Keenan Allen, keep an eye on that. He's a little banged up. Quentin Johnson even found the end zone. Guyton comes out of nowhere with Palmer on the IR. This game is predicated on the defensive side of the ball for the Chargers and slowing down this run game. Team traveling west, warm weather team go into the frozen tundra. Obviously, if the Chargers lose the turnover battle, they're also going to be in trouble. I, too, took the money line. They need to get to 5-5 desperately, and then to start that second half run. I'm a big Charger fan. I'm a big Herbert believer. It starts at the frozen tundra in Lambeau. Give me the Chargers money line as well, Pops.
All right, all right, all right. And you know what? Guyton was hurt most of the year. He was still recovering from his injury from last year. And when I saw that he finally was off the injury list, I said, now Herbert has his deep threat guy. Keenan can get a little bit more busier on the routes and things like that. And Johnston should get a little bit more comfortable because this is what you wanted Darius Davis to do, but this is what Guyton does as his specialty. So things will work out for the Chargers. I think that they probably have their best group right now at in the receiver position as well too. So there's a lot of things that are working well for the Chargers, but I would still think that they need to add some more Josh Kelly into things. Don't put so much on Eckler. Eckler has already shown that he's slowly deteriorating. I feel like you got to get Kelly some more touches. You got to get Dotson some touches. And you know what? You got to take advantage of those big tight ends that you got as well, too. They got some of the tallest tight ends in the NFL. They need to take more advantage of those big boys, in my opinion. You got guys that are 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". You got to take advantage of those playmakers as well, too. But if their defense can get home, they can do if they can get home on defense, they should be fine in this game. But if they don't, then this game gets it gets a little difficult. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out. But with that, we're going to go ahead and take another commercial break. And when we get back, it's going to be time to jump into some late afternoon games after we talk about the Raiders and the Dolphins. So you guys stay tuned.